Right, so we're going to have to create a completely new spawner. I've locked that, didn't I? Forgot how I actually did it before. Create a new spawner. Right. Let's move to this. Let's move that over to where it should be. Although this is a bit soon for this. What? Right, so that's fit to the terrain. So, we'll go into the old one and we'll add the texture setting. Copy that, go into rocks. Oops, maybe not. We've got to add a rule, and there's no. Oh, no, there's a mask here, so let's add a mask first. Right, so let's add the terrain texture mask, and we'll take the collisions mask. I don't think the height and the definitely slow won't make any difference. So right, collision mask, so that's those two. Let's go to find the rocks. I'll actually copy the rock settings and then just change the object. Spawn rules. Copy those. Beach rock. Copy those. Medium rock. Back into there. Copy those. Add a new one. Copy those. Right, we'll rename this first. Right. So this time we should be working. We'll go into the. We'll start with a small one. My river small. My river small. My river. Oop. My river medium. My river medium. My river big. Right, change the game object name. Beach spawns. Right, yeah, so that river spawns. River spawns. River spawns. Save that. Sorry, I was that was deep in focus then. Right, let's go just double check things haven't. Yeah, something's wrong here again. So I'm going to the beach rock. Did I change the actual name? No, I didn't change the actual name of the particular object, did I? So that's river rock. Oh, I just need to do the river, don't I? River rocks. River rocks. So they're all river rocks. They're all beach rocks, so right. I think we're good. And so we'll go to terrain 8. That's here. Where's the spawn over there? Oh, that copying must have moved it. Or not. Oh, right, it's because I was on that one, yeah. Right. The mask, where's the mask? Mask rules, so we're on the texture, are we? Texture sand, no, we're not on the right one. It was the forest leaves, wasn't it? Let's double check. Right, right, yeah, so that should be okay. The small and the medium and the large. Are there any anywhere else other than the rivers? No, there isn't, is there? So it doesn't matter about the height. What's happened there? I think that corrects itself when it'll correct itself. That was just because I'm focused on this terrain. Right, yeah, I think that's it. I can spawn I just want to check when I did the other rocks and the small, let's say, what was that setting? 1 and 1. Instance 1 and 1. Yes. Those changed sizes, didn't I, on the previous spawn. So I'm just going to spawn this and see what happens because, well, who knows? Who knows what it's going to do? My settings. Yep, it spawned 1 rock on each one. So it's back to the same issue. So, well, it's solved one issue, but there's another one. So I'm gonna have to look into this and get back. So I'll catch you later. Right. I've changed something. I've changed the fitness from 100 to 25, and that seems to do it, but it's not spawning very many. So what I'm going to do, I want a global spawn density. I'm going to increase that massively after I've tried this so I've got an increment to go with. So let's do it. Spawn local. Well, it's done something. Which with the water on, now you can see them, but you're not getting the benefit of them because they're not very big. I wanted them to be poking out through the water, at least some. Yeah, you're not getting the benefit of them. I suppose you would when they're close up, but even then. Yeah, so I want them to be at least, I'm going to increase the size of them, of the medium and the small one. They're not nearly big enough. So I'm going to go into the rocks and spawners. The small ones There's the size. I want to go between 3 and 5 times, and for the medium, I'm going to go between 2 and 4. I'm going to do another spawn, but I want more of them, so I'm going to go with, I want twice as many. So I'm going to go 1.5. And I'm going to replace, make sure that we spawning in the right environment. Yes, we are. Spawn local. I mean, ideally I would like to see some rocks from here, the bigger ones at least. Yeah, what's that done? Apart from mess things up. Well, it's done what I want. I want some rocks, and it's certainly given me some rocks. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to save it. That's possibly a few too many, so it's going to probably slow the game down a lot. Right. Yeah, that's probably too many, and the medium ones are too big now. So I'm actually going to go fly about, see how this is, and then I can reduce the size of the medium ones. So I'm going to do a fly about, see if it was, just to see how the speed is, how the performance is. I'll be with you in 2 seconds, just after I've started it up. Right, so here we are. Yeah. I'm going to change that camera wobble. Right. My thoughts are there's just a few too many. and the medium ones are too large. I've got a bit of a judder when in this area because there's more in this area, so I think acting on what I've just said should bring it into usable. I'll not say playable because it needs some work, but so I'll try once more. Reduce the size. I'll reduce the size of the medium ones and slightly reduce the total amount, and that should make it somewhat like. I need to learn something here though about the load on demand. If I change the object itself, will it change the game objects in the scene? But that's for later. So what was I going to do? Move that out of the way. I don't think there's any need at all for the small ones. They're just not doing enough. If I change the range on these, what was the size? Minimum scale 2. So I'll make that 1.5, and I'll make that 2.5, and the total amount I'll go from 1.5 to 1.2. I'll try 2 and then I'll go down to 1. Save that. Make sure we're spawning in the right area, because this is sometimes yes it is it? Yes. No, that's gone. Yeah, that actually is it. So fit to terrain. Yeah, so right, I'll spawn again, and it's on a replace thing, isn't it? I'm presuming that replaces stuff, because you never know with these things. So I'll remove those. Spawn local. I think that's a decentish place to start as far as procedural is. I need to move some of them need deleting. Some of them need moving slightly as well, but I can do that later. So I think that's a decentish place to start from. Not too many, not too few, just a few to fill out some spaces, and then, like I say, where the character goes I'll probably add more things, but I think that's going to do for now. So pause this while I stop the... Oh, I'm not in play mode. I thought I was in play mode. So let me just pause this a second while I set this up for the, in fact I'll just do it. So I could actually move on to the next. I could do this terrain by terrain. I was just going to widen the I'll do it by terrain by terrain. So this is the next terrain. Six. The angle's gone again, hasn't it? Yeah, the angle's gone again. Pitch. Wonder if this moves if I... No, it's fitting to the terrain it's on. Can no longer move anything. I don't know why that happens. I'm going to have to start it up again if I can't figure it out. And I won't be able to figure it out because it's unfigure-outable. Transform tool. No, it should be there. So I'll go to layout. Default layout, will that fix it? Let's try. No. No, that's not going to fix it, so I'm going to have to start the game again. I don't know how. There's probably a fix for this, but I'm not sure what it is. So anyway, I'll return in a short while. I'll catch you later.